Good morning, traders. Welcome to Flow with the Markets Tuesday, volume 187. You know what we're going to be doing in this video. We're just going to have an update on what happened yesterday, how we can adapt to the market, because you usually know when Monday opens, the market opens completely differently from what we usually expect during the weekend. So again, I named this Flow with the Markets because one of the biggest skills that you can learn as a trader is pretty much that, to flow with the markets, to flow with the recent momentum, to be fluid, and not to try to forecast too much, right? This is gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen, but to just allow for the market to actually show you what is gonna happen, because that is what gives you the actual edge. So we're gonna walk through the market very raw. I'm just gonna speak, show you what I did, show you a couple of trades I took as well. And yeah, without further ado, let's actually jump into it. All right, we're gonna get started with a Dixie. So pretty much you see, I usually give you like scenarios, right? But again, a lot of the times those scenarios don't play out, right? So do I care? Not at all. Because usually, like for myself, I don't do this on the weekend. I don't even look at the charts for myself on the weekend and like try to draw forecasts in this. I look at the charts at Frankfurt Open on Monday, like see how the Asian range is looking like, see how the current vibe of the market is. Of course, I'm going to know my 4-hour trend so that I know what is the high probability setup. But again, not a lot of scenarios that I do for myself. So what are we having currently is that very nice bullish push. So again, if you remember, market structure on Dixie is overall bullish. The range low, it's a range high is here, and we are just kissing the 50%. And not kissing, but we're actually currently tapping below it. And we're currently tapping inside this base. So this is a nice base demand, but it's not like a valid higher low formation that if broken, the fall is going to turn bearish, right? The valid higher low on the 4H is this guy. So as long as we technically stay above this high, we are bullish, which I don't like, because if the market is eventually going to decide to go down, in order for it to shift the structure bearish on the 4H, it has to break this. Okay, which is why I really expected that the market is going to make a high and then it's going to give us an alignment and then we can start shorting. Okay, so we are on this overall pullback right now, and if we jump in on the 50-minute, you can see that so yesterday's price action was just awful. It started moving pretty much a little bit late, like around New York Stock Exchange open, and then overnight it moved a lot. I don't know why. And yeah, currently you can see we're having a very nice liquidity play into this very nice demand zone. So we're having an overall range. The market took out the high, took out the low. So right now, if we go on and take out this high to make a trend change, I'm going to be really curious to take some longs. Okay, but so far we're actually bearish from here, and we're not allowed to long at this precise moment. So two things are going to happen right now. We're either just going to continue a reverse and continue making new lower lows and lower highs on the 15-minute, or we're going to form a trend change, pull back, higher low, and then potentially we can take a long. So this is how I'm going to be looking at the Dixie right now. Although on the DXY, I do not look at 15-minute. Why? Because when you backtest, if you backtest Euro USD, are you going to be always looking at the DXY? Probably not, right? So I don't look at it when I live trade, right? But overall, again, we can have some bullish reaction from this zone. If not, then I can expect the market to dig in deeper. So yeah, keep following the 50-minute. Right now, actually, the high probability setup is shorts because we took out Asian high. We made a trend change down, currently pulling back in right there. But it could definitely be the case we're having a double manipulation, high, low, and then a continuation. So stay tuned. I'm going to teach you more about liquidity this week, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to upload the video. So that's the Dixie. Euro USD had a similar performance, but you can see this one actually played out as it's supposed to do. I nailed a pretty nice trades on Euro USD, so I'm going to show you. Let's first have a look at the 4H. So let's have a look at 4H, right? So what we have right now is something similar to what we have on the Dixie. We're having a very nice supply area right there. And if I just drag like the 50%, we're having like this 50% top right now, and you can see we're having an incredible rejection right now, which looks pretty good. Dropping on the 50 minutes, what we had like yesterday, I took 3 break-evens on yesterday. They were all shorts from here. 1 short, 2 short, 3 shorts. 1 was swing trade. 2 of them are TC setups, and everything hit break even. So very, very bad price action right there. Very tough to trade. And then you can see we started rolling right after New York session. I don't trade New York nowadays because I'm working. And we're just started massively running into the highs. This morning, we have a very nice consolidative Asian range. This right there was our valid demand zone. So the market came in, took out the low of Asia, and actually then aligned internally bullish right there. So on the retest, the trade was taken from here. If I just show you on the 1 minute, that was one of our swing trading setups because we did not have one of our confirmation setups. So the trade I took was taken from there with a stop loss below, and I took a 4R right there. So that's pretty much my trade for today, covering commission from yesterday and putting me way ahead of the week. So that is pretty good. I could have swinged it a little bit more, but again, 4R is 4R, so why you should be greedy, right? So currently what we have is, again, as I told you, we're tapping inside this zone right there. And what I will be looking for is something similar with the DXY, right? So we're having this last demand zone. So I'm only going to short this market if we break below this zone. Okay, so currently it's actually pulling back towards this demand zone. So you could actually be looking to long, but according to me, a long will not be as high probability as looking for a short, because again, we're tapping inside this supply. But I have seen the market numerous times tapping into such supplies on the left, right, giving a reaction, and then it just continuing to push up. So after I took my profit, I'm fine. So I have still a lot of bullets for the day. I will be considering taking a long from here. Because why not, right? So this is currently how I look at the Euro USD. This is why I'm doing my analysis a little bit later at 10 o'clock, because I was trading from 8 to 10, capitalized nicely on this long. So I'm pretty happy for the day. So right now, if I get like this pullback roughly around here, I will be looking to take a long. But again, keep in mind, we're at 50% on the 4H. We're having an overall kind of bearish outlook. Again, if you remember, we're tapping inside this guy, but we're coming in from a demand. So right now it's going to be like about the battle of supply and demand. You can see how both of those zones formed, right? We have a massive sell and a massive buy, and here we have a massive buy and a massive sell. Okay, so there is lots of supply from here and there is lots of demand from there. So who is going to win? Well, we don't know. Let's check it out. So Euro yen, let's see what is happening on this pair. So two scenarios on this one. One of them was just to push straight to the downside. The other one was to start a pullback. And yes, we see that EU, like the euro overall, is rather bullish. So that is nice, which is why the euro yen is also reacting to the upside. On the 15-minute, again, you can be looking to take, there was a nice long trade yesterday on EJ. So hopefully some of you took this one, right? Very nice. Again, the market just opens. This is why I never analyze on the weekend. I just sit on the charts. There is my Frankfurt open. What did the market did? Impulse very nicely up. What it did? A break of structure up. What caused the break? Here. Boom. Take a long, take profit. Okay. Simple. Currently, what we have is, yeah, similar. We have that same bullish overall daily vibe. What we did is we took out Asian low while making a structure break, then we form a trend change. Then yeah, I would be looking to take a long from here. Unfortunately, it did not pull back. Right now we have a new structure break. This is our new demand zone, so this is where I'm potentially going to be looking to take a long if it pulls back. And of course, you can target potentially the previous daily high, which is very close. And as we take this high out, we are once again going to tap in this supply. So similar to like EU, EJ is also about to tap in a very strong supply zone. So are they both gonna shift bearish? Well, we don't know, and we gotta wait and we gotta see. But currently, the current flow is bullish, so I'm currently following longs. So if we pull back towards this zone, I'm gonna be interested for longs. But if we first take out the high, then I'm gonna be pretty much waiting for the market to align and give me a short setup according to the 4-hourly bearish trend. Aussie dollar yesterday was absolutely messy, right? And they again just started rolling during Asia. Okay, so if I just jump on 4H, two scenarios on this one. One was to just go on and take out the low. This one did not play out. And right now we're pulling back, tapping into those supply areas. So the key with AU is that we don't have like a very precise supply. This is the range high. This is the range low. We actually went above 50%. And this supply, well, it didn't get respected as much. So right now we're tapping into this guy. Okay, not to say that the actual strongest supply is this guy, right? But I don't really expect for it to come all the way up. So overall, having that overall bullish vibe on Monday, could it be making the week high, right? The weekly high, and then to potentially reverse? We don't know. So this morning, very choppy on AU. So technically what you have right now is I actually shouted a short in my team, but I said not to take it because it's So here we have a break, and then we technically have a trend change. So what I said to my team this morning is that you can be looking to short from here, provided you get the setup, and we actually got the setup. In fact, a pretty nice one, exactly right there. But I wouldn't really have shorted this one because look at the overall range, look at the overall consolidation. It's very close to the Asian high. So I wouldn't really have taken a short on this one, but it played out. So as I always keep my team accountable, a setup is a setup. It doesn't matter how it looks like. It doesn't matter what it does. If it ticks all your rules, right? We have a very systematic way of marking market structure so that it's never subjective. It's always objective markups. So if you actually have a valid range, if you have a valid POI, if you have everything, you can take the trade. Okay. So right now we have a breakout structure down, right? So this short is taken, running to TP. That is our supply. So if you pull back towards this zone, then technically you should be looking for your entry setup. Again, guys, all of these zones that I draw, I don't just place a sell right there. I always look for confirmation. So the market can just blast through this zone right now. That doesn't mean I'm going to take the trade because I'm always looking for confirmation right there. Yeah, so that is AU right now. I don't like it as much. I eventually think we are going to take out the Asian high. So when is this going to happen? We don't know. But be careful shorting this. Be careful. It's very weak. It already provided one short. So I do think like New York, because usually that is when this pair moves around New York, and even during Asia, that is when you can start getting the moves. So be careful. And yeah, as you can see, AJ, similar to the JPY pairs, very nice uptrend. Very nice uptrend. Well, it's a downtrend on the 4H, right? So we took out this massive low, as I told you in the weekly outlook. And then I told you what happens after we take out such a massive low. We get a big correction. There it is. Okay, we're way above the 50%. We're tapping into the major supply right now. So this is the moment where we gotta wait and see if the market is actually gonna turn down. Similar long right there, similar to EJ, right? Push, pullback, higher low formation. It chopped for a little bit, but you're definitely hitting TP right now. And the 50-minute this morning is very similar to EJ as well. 15-minute break, most recent range low. And yes, we're currently bullish. So we're tapping into this supply zone for the first time. So I don't really expect for it to reverse from here. But again, I just follow my ranges, right? There is my higher low formation. So right now I could be looking to short this market, provided we get a confirmation. If it breaks, then I will be looking to long the market first. Then if we break below, I will be looking to short the market, keeping it very simple. And if it continues to push into the highs, that's going to be really good, because then if we get any bearish trend change, that could be a high probability short, because we're technically tapping into a very strong area on the left, which is a 4-hourly supply. So again, keep flowing with the 15-minute. As long as it's bullish, you can keep going long. If it turns bearish, sure, market aligns down, then you can take a short. So this is pretty much at this precise moment, this is how I would approach AJ. All right, AU. So remember what I told you on AU, right? Sorry, this is NU. It's still bullish. So if I delete these two lines, it's still bullish. But what I suspected could happen is for it to go down, because the vibe on all the other currencies was overall bearish. So I thought, okay, this is probably tapping. It's gonna react and then it's gonna break. But no. There is still the structure break. That is still the 4-hourly demand. We are still technically bullish. I really like how it yesterday was very choppy. It built all of this range, right? So what is happening right now? We dipped below the range, and actually here we broke down. Here we broke up, broke down again. So maybe you could have taken a stop loss, provided you got an entry, breakdown, and then it aligned bullish here. So not entirely sure if you could have gotten a long trade right there. Right, yeah, maybe not. And it was pretty much like this Asian session that the market started massively pumping up. So yeah, NU is overall bullish, as you know, on the 4H. But again, I suspect that all the pairs are gonna eventually drop down. So let's see. What we have right now is a very nice Asian range setup. We took out the high, but the market is still bullish. So again, what I'm looking for right now is either for a long trade exactly right now, or for it to break below, retest, lower high, and then potentially for me to short it. Because again, I'm usually flowing on the 50-minute in terms of day trading, right? But I always keep in mind the 4H. So 4H is bullish. Currently, it's in the middle of nowhere. It made a nice push. So I can expect a little bit of a pullback before it eventually continues to push higher, if it's going to push higher. Okay. So again, follow 50-minute ranges. This is what we have right now. yes, we definitely don't have an entry setup right now. I will be looking for a nice expansion higher and then to take it on the retest. So if it breaks below, then we're short bias and you can take a short, or you can skip the short, wait for the market to drop, wait for a bullish alignment, and then you can go with the forward trend. So the thing you have to keep in mind about NU is that it's still bullish on Forex. So your best bet is actually to go long. NJ, yeah, pretty much we're having that same pullback. So we didn't break structure. It's currently on a pullback mode. It's above the 50%, which is great. So what you have to do right now is, again, simple, to follow the 50-minute. Okay. What you can have, of course, is a zone. But in this case, yeah, we can take like a zone like this, or you can try like with a hard time frame on 12 hour. No, it's too big. 8 hour. Yeah, this is pretty much the 8 hour. So, well, you can take a lot of things. You can even take the whole buy to sell right there. You can take it like that. Okay, so this is when it gets tricky and you need precise rules for your zones as well. But yes, so far the overall outlook is bullish. Similar setup here, although this one actually did not hold from the demand, but it actually took it out and then it reversed. So EJ and AJ were much better. And yes, this morning we continue to roll to the upside. Currently, we have a structure break here, very similar to all the other pairs. We have demand right there. So what I'm currently doing is, if we break above, we have to follow the new range. If you pull back right there, you can be looking for a long. And if you break below, you can be looking for a short. Okay, so pretty much those are the three outcomes. And again, right now it's just patient game because you didn't get a setup this morning. The market is just impulsing up. And it already made like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs. So we can expect like a correction. So yeah, that's it. Nothing very clean on NJ precisely at this moment. Let's have a look at NU. I'm very curious if it's going to push from there or drop. And UJ, I think something happened right there. That was interesting. Yeah. So this was the strong high that was not supposed to be broken. Let me check out. I'm running a trade on US 30 as well right now. So I'm just having a look. So this was supposed to be strong, but it actually came in and took it out. So here right now what we have is actually a trend change on the 4H. And the low in this case, it's this guy. So what we have is the hourly on UJ shifting bullish. We have a base demand right there, which you can see that it did not actually get taken. And what we got also is an Asian low being taken, alignment bullish. And this is why all the JPYs were strong right now. Like UJ has turned bullish on the 4H according to me. Okay. And right now it's bullish on the 50-minute as well. This is the last demand zone that we can take a long from. So let's see. Again, similar to all the JPY pairs, this is the setup currently. Very interested to see that we actually took out this high. It's even with a body close, so you have no excuse not to count this as a trend change. So trend change for me, retest back 50%. Technically, this one should be going to take out this high. So let's see, but of course, anything can happen. So that's UJ, rather bullish. UCAT, I'm not gonna look at this pair. I tried it. This pair was heavily requested by you guys. I never get this right. I'm just kind of feeling like I'm wasting my time right there. It's very consolidative. I just don't vibe with this pair at all. So I'm probably going to be removing it. I mean, just chops around, and when it decides to move, it just moves, right? So it doesn't really work with the way I trade, like with clean market structure, supply and demand. So yeah, it's bullish, but it's all the way down already. It just looks like it wants to break. So I wouldn't really take a long on this one because it's so close to taking out the lowest liquidity, like it's so close. And yes, it has just shifted bullish on 50-minute. Well, technically you got a long, right? So let's be real about it. You got a textbook long right there on UCAT. So the pair could be good, but I just don't like it on the 4-hour time frame. 50-minute could be a little bit better. Oh, you actually, wow. Okay, I'm take my words back. This one was an absolutely spot on trade right there. Huge. So why is UCAT going up while EU also went up? So that's very strange, but yeah, so that's it. This is tapping into daily demand, and technically, again, I started very negative on this pair. Technically, we are still above the major high low, so we can come in one pipette away, right? But again, as I said, a setup is a setup. Did it break? No, it did not. Did it align bullish? Yes, it did. Did it retest? Yes. Did it give a 1-minute entry? Yes. So you're absolutely running right now a monster trade right there. Stop loss was also pretty tight. So you're running a 10-hour trade right now. So hopefully some of you guys took it. Very textbook trade. What I'm going to be doing right now is just follow 15. Right? So there's the break. You can look for the pullback if it comes in, or you can wait for new ranges or for a pullback all the way down there. So let's see. Come on, US30. US30 is just about to hit my 3R, so I'm going to watch out my T4. Okay, UCAT. Here's the Swiss. No, GU. So GU again, interesting situation here. As I told you guys, the 4-hourly low was this. It was not this. It's that one. And as you can see, we tap inside, we're holding. And hopefully we're headed towards taking out the high. So then dropping onto the 15-minute yesterday. Yesterday, GU sometimes moves much better than EU. I mean, this one yesterday took out Asian low, aligned bullish, gave a demand, long trade right there, gave a demand, long trade right there. I mean, it just keeps getting longs and longs and longs, right? While I was stuck in the stupid shorts on EU for 4 hours yesterday, right? So hopefully some of you took those shorts because they are also in alignment with the bullish 4-hourly trend. So absolutely textbook. Right now, what we have is a slightly different thing. US30 driving me crazy. Push up. So we have a 50-minute break. Yeah, we technically have a bearish alignment right now. And this one is a kind of a very textbook setup for GU. Taking out the high and then taking out the low and then aligning bearish. But I would have loved for the trend to be bearish. It's not. Okay. We are tapping the top, right, of this 4-hourly high. So there is always supply within it. So we can get a reaction because you can see it's been pushing for quite a while. So we can get like a little pullback and then it can continue making the move. Okay, so currently on GU, I mean, you didn't get really any setups this morning. Right now, it actually shows us its hand. So if you pull back to here, I'm going to be interested to take a short. But if it continues to make new ranges, then you can still take a short. But keep at the back of your mind that this market is overall bullish. Okay, and yeah, it can eventually go up and target this 4-hourly high. So that's the setup right now for GU. GJ also very bullish as well. Like even though this one was bearish on 4H, like look at that massive push up, came very close to taking out the high. It didn't take it, reacted. Right now it's massively coming in bullish again. So is it gonna take it? Well, I don't know. All right, so it came in right there. It was bullish. It was bullish here. Break. That is where it aligned bearish. Then it took out Asian low, massive impulse. So it's currently bullish again. Demand zone being there and strong low being here. Okay, so if you want to take a long trade, you can definitely do so from here and target the 4-hourly high if you think it's going to break. If you want to stick to the 4-hourly trend, right? And very interesting that it actually did not take out the high, right? So very precise. It came in, it didn't take it again. So if we have a bearish alignment right there, it's going to be a high probability trade to short. Why? Because you're shorting from a 4-hourly supply in a bearish market. So that is my outlook on GJ, right? I will be looking to take a long trade right now based on 15-minute, but you can also skip this setup and wait for a bearish alignment in order to take a short with the 4-hourly trend. Gold. Gold is also another pair I'm kind of observing, but never actually got into trading it. Very sharp pullback to the downside. Again, dollar is having a bullish vibe overall. So yesterday, again, we just pushed down, pull back, and then we started rolling. Lower low, lower high, lower low. We had a trend change right there. This is the demand, the overall demand that caused it. But then, yeah, this is no longer kind of relevant because we have a break here. Then we have a break down there. Then we have a break. Gold is one of those pairs like UCAT that it doesn't work great with how I trade. That was a supply. And man, this is tough. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this is even tough for me in terms of precisely this price action right there. So here we aligned bearish on the 15-minute and then you get a retest. So if on this retest you took a short, great job. But then precisely right now, it's very tricky. It's very tricky, but I would say that it's this bullish candle. So this is our valid range right now. This is the high. This is the high. So if you want, you can take a short right now, although I don't think it's a high probability because, well, yeah, what is the trend on the 4H again? It's bullish, right? Yeah. The trend is bullish. We pushed up, we pushed all the way down. We tried to take out the high. We did not. And right now we're tracing all the way back down and we're below the 50%. So taking a long is a high probability right now because we're overall bullish on the 4H. But I don't see a long yet. So a long for me would look something like this. A nice impulse, retest, and then a continuation. Right now, it's actually short. And this right there is a very strong zone. This one is a very strong zone right there. So maybe you take a short from here, tap right there, wait for 50 minutes to align, and then go long. So this is how I personally see gold right now. So let me know what you guys look at. I don't want to make it too long. US 30 yesterday, big madness. So we started, we took out Asian high, massive reverse lower, reverse higher. Then we consolidated. New York Stock Exchange took out the high, took out the low, then reversed again. And actually, it aligned bullish on the 4H, according to me. Right now, we are bullish on 4H. And actually, right now, we just actually made another structure break. So if this candle closes, this is going to be our higher low. Okay, so the candle closes in 33 minutes. So that's going to be very good because then if we break below this guy, we're going to have a bearish alignment and we can start shorting the market, which is great. So my trade this week was again based on liquidity and a bearish alignment. So we took out this high and you can see the reaction. We have a bearish alignment exactly right there. We have supply. The market taps into supply, 1 minute time frame. It gave us the alignment right there. So yeah, this is pretty much the trade I'm running right now. And I'm going to be just about to, just going to close it right now as I end up this analysis because yeah, it's starting to chop around a little bit and I don't want it to chop for too long. So yeah, currently it's bearish technically. And if I delete my trade, this is currently the last lower high. In fact, precisely right now, the last lower high is actually this right now, because here we broke structure. So I will be potentially either looking to sell from here, although I'm just going to be taking profit. Yeah. And okay, I just lost my train of thoughts. I will be looking to sell from here, but I wouldn't really because I just took my profit. And I wouldn't really like to take another one because it's getting a little bit choppy and it's still bullish on 4H. So I will give it some time. I'm really curious to see if this higher low is going to form. This is the higher low on the 4H because if this one breaks, then we can potentially have a forward reversal down and we can be looking to take some nice short trades. So be patient with this one. It's very tricky nowadays. You can see, yeah, NASDAQ is having a much bearish vibe. So if you remember, we're bearish on 4H on this one because we aligned right there. Top 1, top 2. Right now it's withdrawing back down. Yesterday again took out Asian high, reversed, but unlike US 30, this one actually went down. This one actually followed the setup. Took out Asian high, broke down, pull back, boom. There it is. And right now, same thing. Okay, took out Asian high, break down. So right now you should be looking for the retest of this area and potentially looking for your entry setup to be taking a short. So that's NASDAQ. And S&P is lagging, right? So S&P, I wouldn't really touch this pair right now if I was trading it. Not at all. So let's give this one some time. It's similar to the other ones, right? Took out the high. But yeah, I don't like it. So I'm pretty much going to be skipping this one. And yes, Bitcoin, you know that I don't trade Bitcoin right now. So let's recap very quickly. I really don't want to make these videos too long. So as I said on the Dixie right now, I'm really curious to see if this one is going to break, because if it breaks, then it becomes bullish and we can try to long the Dixie. Euro USD is currently also tapping into a very strong supply on the left. So if it aligns bearish, I'm going to be interested to take a short trade, definitely. Right now, if it taps inside this demand, I will also be looking to take a long trade, provided it gives an entry. JPY is all bullish. Aussie Dollar is massively dropping. Wow, this trade was nice. This trade was nice. Again, a very good thing that if you get your setup, you make sure to strike. AJ, it's about to be giving a long trade, but again, looking at how AU is dropping, not a good idea, but again, a setup is a setup. So if you get your trade right there, take a long, lose it, because if you lose it, then that means you have a bearish alignment, and then you're going to take a short trade. That's how systematic we are. NU, so yeah, NU, did it provide an entry? Nope. So AU just bearish, lower low, pull back, lower high. Again, we needed to see this one break, just roll down. Amazing, no trade. Right now it's bearish, so we can be looking to take a short. UJ looks overall bullish. UCAT massively rolling. GU is shorting as well. So nothing amazing right now. I pretty much ended my session right now, so I'm not going to be trading anymore probably. So yes, guys, let me know what you are looking at to trade. Did you already take some trades this week? How is it going for you? And yeah, give me some feedback. So looking to cut it right there. Wishing you an amazing remaining of your week, and stay tuned for the liquidity video that is probably gonna go live tomorrow. Okay, so stay tuned for tomorrow and talk to you on that video.